Those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to Ask the Experts radio show, proudly sponsored by board-certified family law attorney Tina Lewert of Lewert Law, LLC. Sit back for the next half hour as host Steve-O interviews top experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Steve-O offers such educational topics as community association law, family law, chiropractic care, employment law, healthcare law, and public insurance adjusting. Interviews by top experts in their field. And now, here's your host, Steve-O.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to another Ask the Experts. I'm your host, Steve-O. You know, people say, why do you call yourself Steve-O? If you knew what my last name was, you would totally understand why I go by Steve-O. I want to welcome everybody. We have got a great show coming up. Actually, we have two great shows, but our first one, I have never been so intrigued by an expert as I am with our first show. You can catch us every Thursday night from 6 to 7 while you're driving home from work. Let me introduce you to our first guest. We're going to be talking about dental implants, but a whole different way when it comes to dental implants. It's going to save you money and put a smile on your face, which we want to do anyway with your new teeth. Let me welcome you to our first expert, Ross Baldwin of Dental Concierge. I love that name, Concierge, Dental Concierge. Hey, how you doing, Ross?
Good, Steve-O, and thank you for having me.
Why do you, you know what? Every time I see you, you remind me of Morning Joe. Has anyone ever told you that?
A couple times, yes.
Oh, Joe Scarborough. Okay.
Yeah. Or Conan.
Yeah. Anyhow, listen, I got to tell you something. I am so impressed about what Dental Concierge does because it's just changed the whole way of thinking about dental implants. So, first of all, tell me about Dental Concierge, which you were so lucky to have gotten that name.
Yes. Well, first of all, we make going to the dentist fun, okay? We are, as it says, we are your personal concierge. We help people get work with their high-end cosmetic dentistry. We have two locations, one in beautiful San Jose, Costa Rica, and one in Cancun, Mexico.
People are going, wait a minute, that's not Boca or Fort Lauderdale. Hear him out.
No, again, we make going to the dentist fun. I mean, we are your personal concierge. Like I was telling you, we have two locations. One in San Jose, Costa Rica, and Cancun, Mexico. What we do is we have a dentist office in both offices, and what we do is really your personal concierge. We help you put together the full experience. We kind of hold your hand through the whole process. We set you up with discounted travel. We take care of all your transportation back and forth from the hotel, from the airport, back and forth to appointments. And we really make the experience very special. And of course, a lot of people come to us, well, mainly for the price. Because, you know, what you would pay here with us, you're only going to pay half of what you would pay in the U.S.
So even though they have to pay for airfare, which is not expensive anymore, or they have to get a hotel room, it's still half the price.
Well, on our staff, we have a travel agent that works with us to make sure that all of our clients get the shortest flight and the cheapest. We have designated hotels set up for all our clients, which they're being charged only half of what the regular price is, including a full buffet breakfast, not powdered eggs or anything, a full buffet breakfast. And, all of our clients are, they get white glove service. Like I said, right as soon as you get out of customs, we pick you up and re-handle you through the whole process. We make sure you're checked in the hotel, make sure that you're picked up every day, back and forth for appointments. And then when it's time to go home, we bring you back to the airport, of course, and wish you safe travels with your beautiful smile, of course.
Now, there's people here that do not speak Spanish. Is that a problem?
No, not a problem at all. In San Jose, Costa Rica, everybody speaks English, and in Cancun, Mexico also. And of course, our dentists and all our staff speak perfect English. No, that's not a problem whatsoever.
So I'm thinking it's going to be some little back room place. Tell everybody about the office.
Well, first of all, our offices are all state-of-the-art machinery. And keep in mind, our dentists are U.S. educated and the only dentists in Latin America accredited on the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry. So this is not, taco in the garage pulling down the curtain or anything. We have the latest equipment, and 90% of the time, our offices are nicer than your local dentist here, and with very updated equipment, of course.
So there's a lot of people that have thought about getting dental implants. Tell people what the process is from start to finish.
Okay. Well, it's basically a two-step process. I'm sure you heard of ads. You get a smile in a day, and everything's going to be perfect. But no, what that really means is they're going to give you dentures, okay? And of course, we do that also. But it's a two-step process. The first step is, you'd come in on a Monday and you go home on a Friday. And usually Monday you come in and do a quick consultation. You might get a CT scan. And then Tuesday you come in for the surgery. That would mean extractions and putting all the surgery, all the implants in and the bone grafting. And that's the first process. And then you'll come back in, we'll set you up with dentures on Wednesday, make sure everything is good. You have to stay a minimum of 3 days, especially when you're getting stitches. It's just a minimum of 3 days. You won't even be able to, they don't allow you to fly, actually, if you have the surgery and with stitches. But typically, the first process is all your extractions, we put in all the implants. And by the way, we use titanium implants, and we give you a lifetime guarantee. Every thing that we put into your body or anything that we use is the best in the market today in cosmetic dentistry.
Well,
so
we just got our first text. They want to know about what if you have to build up the bone? You know what that means?
That's bone grafting. Yes,
Okay.
That's bone grafting. And, when you do an extraction, you have to replace it with an implant right away. If you don't, then you'd have to wait a minimum of 3 to 5 months for that bone to heal before you can drill. But that's why we have to do the extractions the same day, because we're opening up your gums and putting in the implants and doing all the bone grafting at that time. And then, of course, we'll fit you for dentures, and then you have to go home for 5 months because you have to let the bone heal. Some people tell you 3 to 4 months is up, and no. Mother Nature, you have to have a minimum of 5 months, 5 to 6 months for that bone to heal. Because remember, this is for the rest of your life.
Right.
You don't want to rush into it, and it has to be done perfectly.
So what about with COVID? Has that changed the way you have to do business now?
Well, actually, that's why we opened up the other office in Cancun, Mexico, a little over a year ago, because Cancun had to shut down their borders because of the COVID. And remember, it is a two-step process. So we had a lot of patients that needed to finish that process. And back in the last July, the American Travel Association of America designated as Cancun one of the first tourist areas that was able to open up. So my doctor went to UCLA with a lawyer friend of his, had a brand new building in Cancun, and reopened up an office there, which turned out great. Because keep in mind, you can do one process in Cancun and do the second in Costa Rica.
Right.
The only thing that changes is the flight. The price is still the same. And you're still getting the same doctor accredited on the American Board of Cosmetic Dentistry.
Well, tell us about the dentist.
Well, the dentists actually have the only dentist in Latin America that's accredited on the American Board of Cosmetic Dentistry. U.S. educated. It's just, you're still getting a U.S. doctor. You're just not paying those U.S. prices.
Right. And I got to tell you something. I couldn't wait to do the show tonight because my girlfriend's a real stickler when it comes to health. And she told me that the only person, she has back pain, and the only person that's been able to help her was a doctor in Mexico. And she said no one here in the States were able to help her. And she said, I totally trust the doctors in Mexico. So I'm sure it's the same way with dentists.
Yes. Well, a lot of people are a little cautious. They're worried about going to another country. Do I speak the language? How am I going to know the currency transactions? How am I going to get around? I mean, but this is why the dental concierge was formed. I went through the process. I know exactly what not to do and what to do. But Costa Rica and Cancun, Mexico are very safe countries. They use the U.S. dollar. Nowadays, you can Google the currency exchange, so you know that. But we kind of hold your hand through the process. Our driver will take you to the grocery store, help you check in, help you with the currency transaction. But everybody speaks English. I never had a customer saying I couldn't communicate or anything. And I'd like to get back to the one thing you asked me, I'm sorry, about the COVID. Reuse the gold seal COVID, just like they do in the States. All of our equipment is wiped down after each patient. You have to take a temperature check. Everyone uses extra protective gear. We take it very serious, just like they do here in the States. And reset up, coming into Cancun or Costa Rica, of course, it's always good to have your vaccine and bring your card, but they also require a COVID test before you come back. So we have a setup where a day before you fly back, we have a person comes right to our office, takes the test, and then an hour later you have your paper. So you're able to fly back with no issues or anything like that. We set that all up for you.
Okay. We're going to go to break. We're here with the dental concierge. We're with Ross Baldwin. Ross, give everybody your phone number.
Yes, my 1-800-723-9513. Again, that's the dentalconcierge.com at 1-800-723-9513.
Well, when we come back, you were a patient at one time, and we're going to talk about that too. We'll be right back.
If you're considering a smile makeover, the Dental Concierge can save you thousands on exceptional care in an exotic tropical setting, at about half the price that you would pay here. Our U.S. educated doctors are the only doctors in Latin America certified by the American Board of Cosmetic Dentistry. We provide you white glove service, discounted travel, and transportation. We make going to the dentist fun again. Remember, don't make the clear choice, make the right choice. The Dental Concierge.
We are back now with more of the Ask the Experts radio show, proudly sponsored by board-certified family law attorney Tina Lewert of Lewert Law LLC, covering South Florida.
And we are back. We're here with the dental concierge, and Ross, give everybody, what is the 844 number?
The 844, no, it was 1-800.
Okay, give everybody that number.
1-800-723-9513.
Okay. Somebody just called and asked us. So we kind of left out part of how you got started with this. You were a patient.
Yes, a couple of years back, I went to my dentist here locally. By the way, my family, we've been going to him for over 20 years. And I had some issues with a bridge on top. And of course, I didn't really take care of my teeth, and I was getting a lot of bacteria. And being at my age, I wanted all new implants put on top so I can have that perfect smile. That's actually the smile makeover. And I went to my dentist here, and he wanted to charge me over $50,000. And that was a sticker shock
Yeah, I'm sure.
for me. Ears on the bottom, and I needed all new teeth on the top. So my friend goes, why don't you go to Costa Rica? I hear they got very good dentists there, but, you don't pay as much as you pay here. And like everybody, I had doubts. I don't speak Spanish. Going to another country, I mean, there's a lot of what ifs. So I actually did look into it, and I went over and I said, wow, let me just take a flight over. It's very inexpensive living in Miami. So I went to Costa Rica. I interviewed around 4 different doctors. And the last doctor that I interviewed really blew me away. Not only because of the price, but he was a U.S. educated doctor. The other doctors I couldn't really communicate with. They left me out in the office for an hour and a half. Very kind of unprofessional. And I hate waiting in a doctor's office. But when I went into this doctor's office, I got offered a cappuccino, espresso, a bottle of water. Hey, the doctor's finishing up with a patient. He'll be with you in around 10 minutes. I went, wow, perfect. So he comes out, introduces, I go in his office, I show him my x-ray and stuff. And he goes, by the way, I'm U.S. educated, and I'm actually accredited on the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry, and I'm the only one in Costa Rica accredited. I said, wow. I said, that sounds great. And I said, well, actually, you had me at a law, okay? Because, he looked at my x-ray, and I said, how much do you think? And he goes, well, I need to go over a couple of things. He goes, why do you need veneers on the bottom? Your teeth are good. And I said, well, I wanted to match my new teeth that I'm going to get on top, right? I got to want to have that perfect smile. He goes, right. I don't recommend that. I go, what do you mean don't recommend? He goes, well, I don't like ruining good teeth. When you put veneers on, I got to shave down those teeth and put a cap over it, like, a covering. He goes, all you need is really a good bleaching. He goes, but I don't like to ruin good teeth. And yes, I make less money, but I didn't get into dentistry to, for the money part of it. I'm 5 generations of dentistry, and really, your teeth are like shock absorbers in your mouth. And you want to preserve every good, he goes, that's the last thing I want to do is take out teeth. Maybe, if they're still good, and maybe I put veneers, but your teeth are very good, and all you do is need a good bleaching. He goes, but, you do need new teeth on top. It's called it all on 4 or all on 6. And he goes, I have to do a CT scan to see how much bone you have. But make a long story short, I had 7 teeth pulled out of the top, extractions, and I had 6 implants put in because I have a heavy bite and I grind a lot. Okay. And that's what got me in trouble in the first place. And, I didn't need veneers on the bottom. And he just gave me a good bleaching. And that's all I needed. And so I set up an appointment with him. And, I went back to my dentist and I said, I love you and everything, but, this is a big difference in price. I said, least you can do is consult for me. So as soon as I got back after my first process, I went in on a Monday, got home on a Friday. Monday morning, I went into my local dentist and take an x-ray and tell me, what do you think? And he did. Said he did a perfect job.
Wow. Is it painful?
No, not really. He does this little trick and pinches your cheek and And actually, you know, they call it give you the happy pill. He goes, I was actually, for the first process, you know, I went in and extracted my teeth, put all the implants in, and I kind of fell asleep. It was like a 4 or 5 hour process. But no, I had no pain. I felt the pressure, and my face was a little swollen and stuff. But actually, that night, I went back to my hotel room, rested for a couple hours, drank around 3 chocolate milkshakes because the ice cream felt good against my gums. And I went out to dinner that night, asked the chef to grind up my food and make it very soft. And I went out to eat. That was great.
You know, when you replace teeth, Ross, it really changes who you are. Because I've known people that, you know, are missing 1 or 2 teeth, and you could just tell how they try to hide it with their smile or their lack of smile. And it's so amazing when you can have those teeth replaced and you don't, that smile is back. You love showing it. But what's so great, this is what excites me about what you do, is I can go to 2 of the finest resort areas, whether it's Cancun or Costa Rica, and I could have my teeth with implants put in, which is going to save my whole life, and it's also going to cost me almost half of what it costs to have it done here.
Well,
that's amazing.
But yeah, it is amazing because I only paid $19,000 opposed to $50,000 with my dentist here, and he added another $500. My flight and hotel was covered. So you know, whatever you're going to pay here, you're going to pay half. You're still getting a U.S. doctor, and you know, I find since I've been working with doctor, 90% of these people that are going to other dentists here are not even accredited on the American Board of Cosmetic Dentistry. It's like I wouldn't build a house without an architect. I mean,
right.
When you go to the right doctor, first of all, but you know, clients say thousands and thousands of dollars, and yes, they're able to have a vacation at the same time. Like a girl today, she called me and said I wanted to go do a bleaching. And, you know, we do bleaching. You know, our dentists, we don't do braces. We don't do cleanings or cavities or anything. We do strictly cosmetic dentistry, implants, extractions, crowns, veneers, root canals. That's basically it. But we do bleaching also. She was going to pay $1,500 here. She lives in Miami. And we have the exact same blast white machine that's made out of Germany, but we charge $350. So
wow, what a difference!
So it's $350. Her flight was $300, so that's $650. And she wanted to stay an extra night, so her hotel was $70 a night. It's usually $160 a night without breakfast, but my clients $70 a piece, so $650 and $140. And she gets to hang out and have a couple margaritas for a couple of days, and she's still paying half the price than what she would pay here.
That is so amazing. So we only have a couple minutes left. I want to ask you, tell me, I'm thinking about having dental implants done. Tell me why I should come to you.
Well, first of all, for the price, you still get a U.S. doctor, okay? The highest level of dentistry that you can get.
Very important.
Very important. You know, you get handled with white glove service, but, you know, you'd pay half of what you would pay here. And I got to back up a little bit. 90% of my clients get very emotional because, you know, when I got back, a lot of my friends go, hey, what'd you do over there? Did you get plastic surgery or something? I said, no, man, I just had my teeth done. They go, come on. BS. You must have some kind of plastic surgery. You look younger. But a lot of people, they change their whole way of their you know, they have a whole new life kind of thing. They look younger. They feel better. They're not covered in their mouth when they're smiling or anything. And, you know, why wouldn't you want to, you know, go have a vacation and pay half of what you would pay here? I mean, you know, the dental concierge really handles you white glove service. You're with the best doctor, and you're only paying half of what you would pay here.
Hey, Ross, give everybody your phone number.
And I also want to tell all of our listeners, for you, Stevie O, if you come and take my services, I'm going to give you a free hotel for your first process.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I'm going to give all the listeners that are listening tonight that want to come in or even talk to me about services. Remember, it's a two-step process. The first step, I'll give you a free hotel and breakfast just because you're listeners of Stevie O here.
Okay, but
website
did
is
you give everybody your phone number?
Yeah, my number is 1-800-723-9513, and it's www.thedentalconcierge.com. And again, I'm Ross Baldwin, and thank you for listening.
And Ross will be back with us again next month. Thanks, Ross. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back with more Ask the Experts.
If you're considering a smile makeover, the Dental Concierge